school improvement plan, so you all will know. I'm not going to go over how we're going to do it. I'm just going to show you our goals, our SMART goals for this year, and talk about. Coach O, can you come roll this for me? Yeah, that's good right there. All right, real quick. This is our SMART goals. These are the things that we're saying that, and you all, we worked on this this summer. I just wanted to refresh your memory. This is another why we're doing the things that we do, because at the end of the year, of course, we look at the data and see if we met the percentages that we say we're going to meet. Let me take that towards the plus. Yeah. Let's make it a little bit larger. All right, now come back up.
Right down with it?
No, you good. Now bring the SMART goal 1 back. There you go. Hey, all right. What we're saying is 33% of WCHS students, 2016, 17, and 36% in 2017, 18, and 39% in 18, 19 will increase their, where it's RI now, so we're in the process of, that's all right. That's good. Will increase their RI scores by 100 points from August to May using those, using those screeners, leading to an improvement in the CCRPI performance index points for the Lexile scores. Okay, so that's our, and here's the reason, and it's based on the data. Once we get this revised, and I'll send an updated copy to you. But I just met with Dr. Hinton last week, and this was approved. All right, go to the next SMART goal. And all that stuff is just how we're saying we're going to do it. All right. Increase our CCR-PR score from 68.7 to 71 to 72 to 74 by 2018-19. All right, that's our SMART goal number 2. All right, go ahead, Coach. All right, number 3, talking about attendance. Y'all know that it went from 10 to 6 as far as CCRPI is concerned, as far as number of days that students can miss. So we're saying the number of students missing 6 or more days will decrease. We have 451 last year to 441 to 432. It's a 2% decrease each year. All right, go to the next one, go. All right, number 4, involving, we're saying our staff and student body will increase our stakeholder involvement in the community, in those service projects. You know, we already go to the nursing homes and then interact. We have different clubs that do different things. So we're saying we're going to go from 4 to 5 to 6 over the next 3 years. Okay. WCHS students will write 4 times a year using multi-text level 4 depth of knowledge activities. That's those papers and stuff that they write. And of course, we're saying the reason why we're doing this is because the data is saying that our writing, here's the data on our writing right off the CCRPI, and that's why we're saying we're going to do that, because as you can see, our percentages is pretty low. 2, when we're talking about 2s These are the below proficient in each one of these categories. So as you can see, 59 and 63% of our students need extended writing tasks, didn't do well in extended writing tasks and language uses and conventions. Then you can see the other ones as well. This is straight off of, this is over 225 ninth graders and 208 11th graders. And this is straight off of Milestone. All right, good. All right, talking about discipline referrals, we're saying they're going to decrease by 3% over the next 4 years. We're saying the total we're going to have is 784. I mean, from 808, which was last year, 784, and then to 760, then to 737. So that's another one of our SMART goals, number 6. And again, the reason why it's doing it taken straight from the data as far as our discipline numbers from last year. All right, cool. And then number 7 is in math. We're saying our Algebra 1 milestone percentage of proficient and distinguished learning will increase from 31% to 33% to 35% to 37% to 39%. Of course, if we can shoot higher, that's better, but in order to meet our goals, those are the percentages that we need to increase. And it comes straight from the Georgia milestone, where only 31% of our students were proficient and distinguished. All right, I think that's, yeah. We got seven goals as far as our school improvement plan is concerned, and also I had to have 2 goals for the school, 2 additional goals, which is special ed milestone numbers will increase, and also the CCRPI score will increase. And then my personal goal, which you all had to do, personal goal is either going to be formative assessments or SLDS. And on those personal goals at the end of the year, she had to sign off on mine saying that I've accomplished, just like I have to sign off on you all's, saying that whatever you put down as personal development goals, that it was done. So remember, get those artifacts, start uploading those artifacts and things like this. Also, we're about to start our TEKS walkthroughs, and some of your teaching in the department hadn't even sent me the Schoology codes yet. I sent out an email, asked for the Schoology codes, and how am I going to check if I don't even have the codes? And that's where I'm gonna do the walkthroughs, and we're gonna do the walkthroughs like we normally do, but we're looking at the Schoology just like we agreed to at the beginning of the year, so I can pull that information for those standards. And I have some teachers hadn't even started there. Some teachers send me codes, nothing's uploaded in it, and it is what it is. I mean, I'm not gonna keep saying put your stuff in Schoology. When we start dropping 1s and 2s, and everybody gonna be walking around here talking about the morale of the school is down. Now I've got some teachers that have excelled in it, that's fine. I've got some hadn't even stuck a lesson plan in there. And we gotta have our first walkthrough done by the end of September. And we've been doing the Schoology thing since day 1. So again, some of us are dragging our feet, and it's just going to reflect on the TEKS. Because TEKS, as you all know, is a continuous document, and at the end, your summative is based on the totality of your year. We have literacy days are established, and so is our halt time days. All right, we know our halt time days. Math is Monday, science Tuesday, English, fine arts, Wednesday, Spanish Wednesday, social studies Thursday, and CTAE and PE is on Fridays. When we walk into the room and halt time is not going on, don't run to me telling me why halt time is not going on. I'm just going to leave, and I'm just going to annotate it on our standard number 4, because that's differentiated instruction, and then we just going to move forward. I'm not going to keep repeating or keep listening to a lot of excuses. I walk in the room, nobody's doing halt time, and then it's always an excuse. We have our halt time days. Those are the days we're going to stick to as far as differentiating is concerned, because it's built in. It's built in. All we have to do is do it based on our formative assessments that we take through the week, so that we can remediate these students, the ones that's not getting it. And because remember, we have to focus on, y'all saw those few percentages. The percentages of kids are not doing it highly outnumbers the kids that's doing it. I mean, we're up at 63%, 70%. It depends on the content area. But everything is over 50, 59% of kids that's not getting it. And it depends on the content area. And the ones that's proficient is 14%. And the ones that's distinguished is 1%. So we have to change our focus. And if we don't do things differently, then next year it's going to be 14% proficient, 1% distinguished. And just because it's an AP class or an honors class does not mean that you don't do halt time with them, because now you're going to up your distinguished numbers. Because if they're hitting proficient and we're going back checking them, now we're going to increase those distinguished numbers. So just because it's AP or honors don't mean we don't do halt time. And all this about they got it, it's something that they can do to increase whatever you've been teaching them that week. All right, the reading, we have that established. This is our reading, using a reading strategy through our content. Social studies Monday, Tuesday is English, science is Wednesday, math CTA is Thursday, and then fine arts and art are Friday. That's our reading strategies through our content area. The guys from the state, they're starting to make their rounds, and they're coming and checking on how we're implementing those reading strategies in our school based on the money that we receive through that grant. Okay? Again, if it's a reading strategy day, when we walk in there, that's what we need to see. If I walk in there and a reading strategy is not going on, I'm just going to turn around and walk back out and annotate it on my walkthrough. So please emphasize to your teachers that if whatever day is allotted for this stuff, they need to be doing it. Formative assessments, they need to be doing those formative assessments, because the day is a briefing day. We're going to have that AMBO set up. Teachers come in, slide their document under that AMBO, under that, what is that called, a ladybug, and they're going to talk. We got that form that we introduced you to. I erased part of it. But that's all we need is that form. You throw that form under there, and then you talk to us about how you formally assessed for last week and what your halt time was based on. And that's it. So it shouldn't take you, if you did it right, it shouldn't take you 5 minutes. Then after you give your briefing, then you can leave. But if you don't have it, and if it didn't happen, then I'm just gonna annotate it again on my walkthrough information, and then we just gonna start reflecting it on our teach. Yes, ma'am.
What form are you talking about?
Ms. Ingram, well,
It's a blank spreadsheet.
it's the, you get it off of,
Just a regular blank?
Infinite Campus.
Yeah, we've been doing the blank spreadsheets. Is it
It's the
something?
blank spreadsheet. It's the one that, actually, it's the one that Ms. Walls, y'all see the way Ms. Walls does? It's a blank spreadsheet, and it has the students' names, and then you have these lines, and then you put like FA1, and then, you know, whatever, numbers or whatever in these lines. And then FA2 or whatever. And then if you did a quiz, then, you know, if you did some type of assessment, then you put the grade. So then you can look at your formatives leading up to whatever that assessment was, and then, you know, just a way of tracking it. Ms. Walls is actually, and then at the bottom, you write in whatever the formative was, whether it was whatever you did that formative.
I didn't know if you were talking about a pre-printed form or something.
No, ma'am, it's straight
Okay.
off of,
There it is.
yeah, this form right here. So they just run one off for each class, and then just write formative assessment 1, and then whatever the results were. And when we come in here, all you're gonna do is take your sheet for your 6 classes, first period, throw it up under there, it'll have it written in. If you did an assessment, then we can see the results. And that's all you're gonna brief. And then after you do that, then you're gone. And of course, you bring some samples of completed assessments. And then we'll brief that and we're gone. I'm not gonna, those ticket out the doors, another thing we're seeing, we put in our bail, and I still got teachers packing up. This high school, those kids don't need to pack up 5 minutes before the bell. And then they're talking. I went in one room, they actually called for the administrator, kids got quiet, I'm sitting in there, and in 5 minutes left in the period, all right, y'all pack up. 5 minutes, so I'm sitting there for 5 minutes, and what they called me down there for, now the kids are just talking. What else are they gonna do? And I ain't say a word, I just sat right there. 5 minutes, I just sat for 5 minutes. And if we do that every day, that's 25 minutes. If we do that every day for 5 days, that's 25 minutes of time that they could have been working on a problem, writing something, reading something, or something. So just, if y'all would just remind the teachers of this. And I'll talk a little bit more about it tomorrow as well. Any concerns, anything for me? Also, if y'all will help us with this right side of the hall thing, I know I just kind of sprung that in, but I'm out in the hallway and I got kids turning corners and running into each other. And that's, so for safety reasons, that's why we're trying to get them to walk the right side of the hallway. So if y'all will help us with that, as they walk by, make sure they hit the right side. I'm gonna be nice about it for about another couple of days, and then I'm gonna start pulling students over. And so it's a progression. We gotta get them used to it. And then once I start, I wanna give them a little time to get used to it, and then we'll start pulling them over and talking to them, and then progressively doing whatever we gotta do until we get it to where they're walking. Because like if I got one walking down the left side here and one is coming out that first door, they can't even see around that corner. They turn that corner, they run right into each other. And the same thing, if I'm walking right, I'll enter that second door. If I'm coming up the right side, I'll come out of that first door.
How about when they dismiss like now, like when there's so
You
many of
can't
them,
do
you
that.
can't.
Lunch,
And-
breakfast, you
Okay.
can't do
Yeah,
it.
because I mean, when it kind of thins out a little bit,
Yeah.
I'll start
Yeah,
saying.
lunch,
you know, kind of-
breakfast, those massive, you can't do it because they're all coming out of, I'm talking about after, between classes, like after first period and on. And even after school, they're all going in one direction. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about
In
in between classes when you got to be going and coming. Okay. Anything else? Yes, ma'am.
I hate to miss that, but our common plan sheets we were doing on Fridays seem to be like, we're repetitive of our lesson plans. Have you taken a look at them?
Talking about the common plan pen to come from the board. And I'm gonna do an exercise tomorrow on that. The board stuff is the board stuff. It comes from the board, so that's kind of a separate thing from us. I will look at it, but I guess that's what whatever Aldrin's doing as